The Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Keith Fournier, and our first reading is taken from the first book of Kings. It happened after this that the son of the mistress of the house fell sick. His illness was so severe that in the end he expired. And the woman said to Elijah, "What quarrel have you with me, man of God? Have you come here to bring my sins home to me and to kill my son?" "Give me your son," he said. And taking him from her lap, he carried him to the upper room where he was staying, and he laid him on his bed. He cried out to Yahweh, "Yahweh, my God, by killing her son, do you mean to bring grief even to the widow who is looking after me?" He stretched himself on the child 3 times and cried out to Yahweh, "Yahweh, my God, may the soul of this child, I beg you, come into him again." Yahweh heard Elijah's prayer, and the child's soul came back into his body, and he revived. Elijah took the child, brought him down from the upper room into the house, and gave him to his mother. "Look," Elijah said, "your son is alive." And the woman replied, "Now I know you are a man of God, and the word of Yahweh in your mouth is truth itself." And our response is taken from Psalm 30. "Yahweh, my God, I cried to you for help, and you healed me. Yahweh, you have lifted me out of Sheol. From among those who sink into oblivion, you have given me life. Make music for Yahweh, all you who are faithful to him. Praise his unforgettable holiness. His anger lasts a moment, his favor through life. In the evening come tears, but with dawn, cries of joy. Carefree, I used to think, nothing can ever shake me. You have turned my mourning into dancing. You have stripped off my sackcloth. You have clothed me with joy. So my heart will sing to you unceasingly, Yahweh. My God, I shall praise you forever." And our second reading is taken from the letter of St. Paul to the Galatians. Now, I want to make it quite clear to you, brothers, about the gospel that was preached by me, that it was no human message. It was not from any human being that I received it. And I was not taught it, but it came to me through a revelation of Jesus Christ. You have surely heard how I lived in the past within Judaism, and how there was simply no limit to the way I persecuted the church of God in my attempts to destroy it. And how, in Judaism, I outstripped most of my Jewish contemporaries in my limitless enthusiasm for the traditions of my ancestors. But when God, who had set me apart from the time when I was in my mother's womb, called me through his grace and chose me to reveal his Son in me so that I should preach him to the Gentiles, I was in no hurry to confer with any human being or to go up to Jerusalem to see those who were already apostles before me. Instead, I went off to Arabia, and later I came back to Damascus. Only after 3 years did I go up to Jerusalem to meet Cephas. I stayed 15 days with him, but did not set eyes on any of the rest of the apostles, only James, the Lord's brother. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. It happened that soon afterwards he went to a town called Nain, accompanied by his disciples and a great number of people. Now when he was near the gate of the town, there was a dead man being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. and a considerable number of the townspeople were with her. When the Lord saw her, he felt sorry for her. And he said to her, "Don't cry." Then he went up and touched the bier, and the bearers stood still. And he said, "Young man, I tell you, get up." And the dead man sat up and began to talk. And Jesus gave him to his mother. Everyone was filled with awe and glorified God, saying, "A great prophet has risen up among us. God has visited his people." And this view of him spread throughout Judea and all over the countryside. The Gospel of the Lord.